Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Friday, February 10th, 2023. We're about to do a live, in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now, based on my current location, which is in the state of New Mexico in the USA. My name is Swamini Valli. I'm a Pillai Center teacher and priestess and an AstroVed astrologer. And I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has talked about the planets and stars, how they're more than just objects in outer space. There's also a divine light being associated with all of them. And in doing the puja, we're inviting their positive blessings to flow into us and into our world. We're also starting to activate our connection with them. We all have these energies unconsciously and these archetypes unconsciously inside of us. And in doing the puja, we start to awaken those inner connections as well. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. I've drawn the chart in chalk on a little chalkboard that's sitting on a side table here, laying flat. To do the puja, I'm going to use some water, a lit tea light, a bell, a raisin, a stick of incense, and a bowl of fresh flower petals. I start with the water, sprinkling some water on all four sides of the blackboard chart, which I'm doing right now. Then I sprinkle a few drops of water on top of my own head to symbolically purify me. And I send a few drops of water out into space to symbolically purify all of you, whether you're watching this live or later on a replay. Next, to start the puja, we start with invoking Ganesha, the archetype who can remove obstacles. And he's also an archetype who is a patron of astrology. Om Shring Gung. Om Shring Gung. Om Shring Gung. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja. And I ask him to remove obstacles in the lives of the participants in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of our lives. I ask him to remove obstacles for all of us, now and always. And I thank him for his help with this. Next, we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us. We thank Saint Yanasamundar for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we honor the time elements that are active in my local area. We start with honoring the planet that's ruling the day. Today is Friday, which is ruled by Venus. I'll put the flower petals on top of Venus on the little blackboard chart. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Next, we honor the star that the moon is in. At the moment, the moon is in the star of Hasta. It's symbolized as an open hand in blessing. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Next, we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. In my local area, it's the 5th waning moon, called Panchami in Sanskrit. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Panchami Devye Namaha. Om Panchami Devye Namaha. Om Panchami Devye Namaha. Next, we honor the planet that rules the hour. In my local area right now, that's Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury on the blackboard chart. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now we acknowledge the yoga and the karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these time elements, we don't need to use the flower petals. We simply say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is Shula, which has energies that can be confrontational. Shula, Shula, Shula. And the karana that's active right now is one called Kalava, which has energies that are social. Kalava, Kalava, Kalava. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said for this part of the puja, we would always look at whatever whatever sign is the ascendant sign coming up on the eastern horizon in the local area. For me right now, the ascendant, represented with the letters AC, is in the sign of Kumbha, or Aquarius. He said we would start with honoring the planet that rules the ascendant sign, and the planet that rules Aquarius is Saturn. I put the flower petals on top of Saturn on the blackboard chart. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now, starting in the ascendant sign, we're going to go around the chart, honoring the planets, the stars they're in, the archetypes that rule those stars, the planets that rule those stars, and the planets that rule the zodiac signs that have stars in them. Starting in the ascendant of Aquarius, in Aquarius today is Saturn, and also Venus and Neptune. We start with honoring Saturn for being in Aquarius, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta, a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 light beings who each embody a unique divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Venus and Neptune are both in the same star today, so we will honor both of those planets before we invoke the star. I start with Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Next, we honor Neptune for being in Aquarius. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Venus and Neptune are both in a star called Purvabhadrapada, a star that can give blessings for purification. I put the flower petals across Venus and Neptune. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can give blessings to help us experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. I put the flower petals across Venus and Neptune. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Saturn, planet of patience and perseverance and compassion. Venus, planet of happiness, beauty, enjoyment of the arts and material plane comforts. And Neptune, planet that helps with our intuition and our ability to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on him on the blackboard chart. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Uttarabhadrapada, a star that helps with business development, according to Dr. Pillai. I put the flower petals on Jupiter on the blackboard chart. Om Uttarabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttarabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttarabhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttarabhadrapada star is ruled by Ayurbundia, an archetype who, among other things, can help to guard treasures and valuables. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Ayurbundiaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundiaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundiaye Namaha. Uttarabhadrapada star is ruled by Saturn, I put the flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard chart. Om Sani Shiraiha Namaha. Om Sani Shiraiha Namaha. Om Sani Shiraiha Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter on the blackboard chart. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena, or Pisces, the most transcendental and metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, a planet that helps with everything related to spirituality. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Misha, or Aries, which today contains Rahu and also Uranus. Rahu and Uranus are in the same star today, so we will honor both of those planets before we invoke the star. I start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus for being in Aries. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Rahu and Uranus are both in a star called Bharani, a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti, or energy, or power. I put the flower petals across Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. I put the flower petals again across Rahu and Uranus. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus on the blackboard chart. Om Sani Shiraiha Namaha. Om Sani Shiraiha Namaha. Om Sani Shiraiha Namaha. Misha, or Aries, is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars on the blackboard chart. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha, or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, a planet that helps us to think outside the box and also helps us to be making friends with new technologies. And Uranus, a planet that helps with higher intelligence, success in life, and also astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha, or Taurus, which today contains Mars. We honor Mars, and I put the flower petals on him on the blackboard chart. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Rohini, a star of prosperity, beauty, and creativity. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by Brahma, an archetype of creation and creativity. Brahma is the husband of the goddess Saraswati. I put the flower petals on Mars as we honor Brahma. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus on the blackboard chart. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, an earth sign that has very grounded energy and also a great love of luxury and comforts. Today, containing Mars, a planet that likes to take action to solve problems that can be solved. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Kanya or Virgo, which today contains the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon on the blackboard chart. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in a star called Hasta, a star symbolized as an open hand in blessing. We ask for blessings from this star, and I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Hasta star is ruled by Savitur, a form of the sun in which there is an energy of telling the truth, a brilliant, brilliant light. We put the flower petals on top of the moon. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Hasta star is ruled by the moon. We put the flower petals on the moon again. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Virgo, which is Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury on the blackboard chart. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kanya or Virgo, a star symbolized, a zodiac sign symbolized as a young woman in a boat. She's carrying a light in one hand and a sheaf of grain in the other. It's the most detail-oriented of all the zodiac signs, and it makes Virgo a very detail-oriented environment, an environment that has energy to help us with analytical thinking and organization. The moon is here, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu, and I put the flower petals on him on the blackboard chart. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star symbolized as young shoots of plants blowing in the wind. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, the archetype who rules the wind and the rains, and also is the father of Hanuman. We honor Vayu, and I put the flower petals on top of Ketu. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu on the blackboard chart. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus on the blackboard chart. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign with energies for balance, fairness, and harmony, today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign that has planets in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto and Mercury and the Sun. Mercury and Pluto are in the same star, so we will honor both of them before we invoke the star. I start with Mercury. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Next, we honor Pluto for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on him on the blackboard chart. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Mercury and Pluto are both in a star called Uttara Ashada. This is a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. We ask for blessings from this star, and I put the flower petals across Mercury and Pluto. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. I put the flower petals across Mercury and Pluto. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun on the blackboard chart. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Next, we honor the sun for being in Capricorn. I put more flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is in a star called Dhanishta. This is a star that gives blessings for music, prosperity, and good reputation. We ask this star to bless all of us, and I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Danishta's star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We ask for blessings from all 8 of them. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Danishta's star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars on the blackboard chart. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard chart. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities. Today, containing Mercury, planet of communication, and also the planet of business. Pluto, a planet that helps with rationality and science. And the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for health and our self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and the many piles of flower petals on it. And in the air, I circle the tea light 3 times above the chart in a clockwise direction around the chart, offering the element of fire with its heat and its light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Now, I take a lit incense stick to offer the air element and a sweet fragrance, and I pass that above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Now, I ring a bell to offer the element of sound. Next, I take a little raisin, a small little fruit that represents the earth element, and I pass that above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Later, I will eat the little raisin as a piece of prasad or blessed food. Now, I make prayer hands and I make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them to send their positive blessings into the lives of all of us and into the lives of our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have love in their life. May everyone have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for a minute, and then we can do a very short Q&A period. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you so much for joining us. I truly appreciate your participation and your support. I see Van saying in the chat, she prays for a higher consciousness for the world to stop wars and destroyings. And she says, thank you. Yes, praying for peace is a good prayer for us to pray for, and a good prayer for us to be implementing in our own life, feeling peace in our heart, being willing to forgive those in our lives that may have stepped on our ego or done something that doesn't feel comfortable to us. And to realize that, it starts with us, peace in the world. We have to have this peace within us before we can be expecting it to be coming from other people. Prayers definitely help. Mohini says our prayers actually go out into the universe and affect more than just our earth plane. I do a Mother Mary call every Monday in the afternoon in my time in North America, with a special focus on prayers for peace. As Mary has said, if we gather together in groups and pray for peace, she will help to bring peace into our world. So it's kind of on us in a way to, continue praying for that, focusing on that, holding that thought, prayers for peace. And peace requires a lot. I mean, it's hard to be peaceful if someone is hungry or someone doesn't have a place to live. We have to, understand that there's material things that also contribute to people having a sense of peace and being able to have that sense of having a life that they trust, where they're being, fulfilled in every way. That's a good prayer. Today is Friday, and this is a day when I like to end a little bit early because we need to let Ronnie have the Zoom channel for the Shrimbrasi community call, which will be coming up. I know I had promised to give the link for the Mrityunjaya mantra today, but I'll do that on Monday when we have more time for the Q&A and I can answer questions about it. But I forgot today would be Friday and that I actually need to close off a bit early. So I will say, have a happy weekend, all of you. I'll see you again on Monday. Namaste. The light in me honors the light, truly honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all. Namaste.